Same job, same work, so why is he making more?
That's wrong. It shouldn't be that way.
Good old boy system. Ladies, stop your complaining. The one thing you're not doing right,
Maybe we don't.
to get ahead. Who knew women still lag far behind when it comes to pay? Same job, same education, not the same paycheck. Research shows the gender pay gap is alive in 2010. Women get 78 cents now for every dollar that men make. Another surprising stat, Illinois ranks low, 41st in the nation when it comes to equal pay. So how do you close the gap? We're looking at that problem tonight. One issue, the way women communicate, says our expert, and why they act the way they do. Plus, the solution, the 3 things to change that you can change. But first, what's at stake for working women and those about to enter the workforce? The answer is a lot.
I think we'll get there eventually.
This generation understands gender equality more than most. Right now, in college and in the workforce, women outnumber men. Some of the students I spoke with said they had no idea there still is a pay gap.
You kind of hear it freshman year, but you start thinking, okay, it's something in the past, like we know it's going to change, and to hear that you're doing this research right now, it's like, what, still? Really? We can't get over that?
But it's real. When they graduate college, female students here can expect to earn an average of $50,000. Their male counterparts, $70,000 for the same job. Over a career, that adds up to a $500,000 to $2 million difference.
I feel like old habits are hard to break, and it takes time.
It just makes me wonder, like, what we as women are doing wrong to still have that situation going on. So not necessarily that, oh, men are keeping us down, but what aren't we doing, and how are we letting this continue?
We hope to answer that tonight. Here with the answer and some tactics to increase your pay and get ahead of work is Dr. Audrey Nelson. Thanks for being here. She's the author of the book Code Switching, How to Talk So Men Will Listen. All right, Dr. Nelson, tell us generally, what are women doing wrong?
Well, there are several things that women do to undermine their credibility. And when we talk about wage disparity, the first thing on the list is negotiation. And women are very good at promoting others. We're other-oriented. We're not good at shameless self-promotion. That's what women need to learn to develop. And when we negotiate, that's a part of promoting ourselves.
All right, let me throw out some character traits here. Assertive, you talk about these in your book. Assertive, ambitious, competitive, self-promoting, which you just mentioned. They're not necessarily perceived as positive things you can call a woman, but in your book you say you need to embrace all of those things, or most of them, in order to get ahead.
Yes, you do. I mean, for example, ambition is not feminine, and it's not equated with femininity. So a lot of the things we ask women to do in code switching is to step outside the gender box, if you will. And that is what the 50 code switching tips aim at.
But are you saying that women have to act like men?
No. In fact, that's a formula for disaster. We don't want women becoming men. We want women to understand, and that's what the concept of code switching is about, is to understand that they are in another culture.
Some of the other things you point out that I thought were interesting: don't apologize, don't end your directions to somebody you're talking to at work with a question.
That's right.
And also ask for what you want. Just get out there and say what you like, what you think you're worth.
Yes.
Those kinds of things. Is that difficult for women, did you find in your research?
Very difficult. We are not direct, we are indirect. We beat around the bush. We come in the back door. We don't know how to be assertive and come forward in an unequivocal way. It becomes a game of 20 questions, and it's very important for women to learn to develop a comfort zone that they can be more direct in their communication, ask for what they want.
Well, you have questions, and Dr. Nelson says she has the answers. Let's listen into one viewer's question.
What can we do as college students that would help now, not in 50 years?
Their lifetime ahead of them, we just said that it can mean up to $2 million difference if you start negotiating now.
That's
what
right.
can they do?
I think the perfect thing to do, and as someone who taught college for 15 years, I think the classroom is a great laboratory. Ask questions, be the first to speak. If particularly he interrupts you, make sure you get the floor back. Be strong in your opinions, hold your ground, don't back down. You know, the college classroom is really a practice
for the workforce.
For the
ahead,
workforce,
right?
It's great.
Dr. Nelson, let's get to a question that one viewer has about raises.
Should women directly ask for raises in the workplace, or is that something that they should take on a more passive role with?
I don't think you should ever be passive about asking for a raise. When you ask for a raise, it also translates in the sense of self-worth. I'm worth this. I think we know we need to learn how to sell ourselves. And again, women are other-oriented. We're good at selling our children's accomplishments, the raise or the promotion our husband just got, but we're not particularly good at doing it for ourselves.
I would imagine that these kinds of skills also apply to negotiating for a car or asking for other things in life. We have one last question for you here, Dr. Nelson. Let's take a listen.
Since more women are graduating from college than men, will the pay disparity change in the near future?
At the current rate, they say it would take till 2057 for there to be parity. Do you think, though, with so many women now in the workforce, in college, that that'll change quicker?
You know, we always thought that. For the last 4 decades, as women came into the workforce, we thought, you know, power in numbers, that would translate to parity and equity, but it really doesn't. We only have, for example, 2.5% of women holding CEO positions in the United States. And, you know, she said not only more women are graduating with college degrees, she's right, med schools, law schools are about 50-50, but to add some more sting to that is that women graduate with a higher GPA than men do. So she not only do we have more college-educated women, we have women who are...
So it is these other factors that women need to adjust, according to your book, Dr. Audrey Nelson. We know also one of your goals is to make all of us examine our behavior in the workplace, and we thank you for being with us tonight.
Thank you.
We want to also tell you, for more tips on communicating better in the workplace, head over to myfoxchicago.com, click on Hot Topics.